la ciencia.
Y'all know what's going on. Just got my back in the studio. It's been a long time. But you can't ever count me out. I'm always here, I'm always going up. Bag chases on me, man. I'm just trying to get a bag. Can't be touched, they say I'm too hot. All my niggas ballin' on the rooftop. Yeah, I know that you ain't solid. You gon' follow when it's too much. Keep on talking like you bout it, nigga, do some. Said I couldn't, now I'm out here tryna prove some. Fill the bag, go regardless. I've been hustling.
Scared.
Been on the court at like 2-some. Sipping Bella out the see-through cup. Really fucking with your vibe and need some temporary love. Loyalty went missing, I can't find it anywhere. Made the A-team, just started ballin' this year. Stay wet, I call her Fiji. She do what I do, she wanna be me, no matter what.
This is On the Spot with Bag Chasers Only. Today our guest, Anthony Stanton. You wanna tell us a little bit about yourself, Mr. Stanton?
Oh, my name is Anthony Stanton. I'm a planning and zoning commissioner for the city of Columbia. So I help design what Columbia is gonna look like in the future.
Okay.
So let me start out with what originally got you interested in the current field of work? Your current field of work.
I'm a cement mason by trade, which means I do concrete
Yes, sir.
during the day. This is a voluntary job that I do for my community. And it's just part of what I do in my daytime. So before you build some big development or commercial building, it has to go through a planning and zoning process, which is what I'm involved in now. So developers come to the city and they say, hey, we want to either rezone this land, or I need to reshape this land, which is called platting. I need to replat this land because I want to build this or I want to do that. And it comes before us and we determine if it's a good fit for Columbia. We also write the laws that allow you to build or not build what you want in Columbia. So what we did tonight was we revised some of the things that we allow to happen in certain areas of town, or different zones, what we call them. So we talked about artisan, which is kind of what you guys are. We did artisan businesses this evening. So what kind of artisan businesses are we going to allow? Like, what are the criteria for an artisan business? Like, are you making small beers like Longboat down the street? Are you making liquor like Dogwood? Are you building T-shirts? Do you have a print shop? Those are artisan industries, and so we were determining how do we define that, and what kind of work, where do we want those kind of businesses to be in Columbia?
Speaking of Columbia, you've been around for quite some time. What's your opinion on the community right now with everything going on? Like, how do you feel about the community?
That's a very good question, young man. Yes, I've been around for a little bit. I was born here, but I was actually raised around the world. My dad was a soldier, so I lived all over the world, and then I came back here to finish high school and to go to college. So Columbia is a tale of two cities. On one side, Columbia has grown a lot, and Columbia has got a lot of good things going for it with the university, with businesses, with all kind of stuff. But on the other end, it's kind of left a large section of the community out, and they haven't been able to benefit from the successes that Columbia has had.
Exactly.
So how I feel about it is we need to do our best to get on the good side of Columbia, and we need to do what we need to do, like you guys, businessmen. We need more businessmen, we need more businesswomen, we need more people involved in the community to watch after things, to make sure that our interests are covered, and the laws and the policies, and so we can create the environment we need to be successful. So that's kind of how.
Speaking of being successful, we know that you've done a lot of incredible things in your life. What was that road to success like? Like, what kind of things did you see? What kind of hardships did you face?
Success is a bunch of good, right decisions. So you have to just go through. It's almost like being in a dark room. You have no references, and you have to have faith in your. You have to have faith in your ability and faith in what you got going on, and you just make that next step. And if it's the right step, you make the next right step. Sometimes you might bump into the wall in the dark, so you know that's not the way to go. So you're gonna redirect your path and make the next right step. So in my success, and I still feel like I'm not there yet. I'm like constantly hungry, so I have a goal, and I'm not even, to me personally, I'm not even there yet. But if I look behind me and I see all the road that I've covered, I say, okay, I've done pretty good. But, so being a constant learner, I'm a constant student of anything I want to know. You know, anything that's going to help me be successful, I want to be a constant student of that. So I'm reading, I'm learning people, I'm meeting people, I'm networking, I'm doing whatever I need to have in my tool belt to be successful. I try to obtain those kind of tools wherever I can find them. So, does that answer your question, sir?
Yes, sir.
So speaking of the people that drove and helped you, like who's a person or what are things that helped you, that impacted you on your career so far?
Oh, of course, I'm going to say the normal, my parents, grandparents, a lot of the people that, so there's different positions in the city, and there's a position called the city manager. So the previous city manager, Mr. Watkins, was kind of, old white man that, he's seen a vision. He knew what the black community kind of needed, and so I made it my point to get to know power. So I had a non-for-profit years ago, and I always made a point to know who the mayor is, know who the city manager is, know who the people that make the decisions, and get to know them. So that particular city manager got me involved in a number of task forces concerning affordable housing back in the early 2000s. So those task forces that I sat in, we made recommendations on how to help affordable housing. Well, that was over 20 years ago. So those things that we talked about when I was young, I was a little older than you guys are now. I was like 28, something like that. Those decisions that I helped make back then are reality now. And so the things I needed to do, so one of my jobs is I build affordable housing, right? I'm the president of a land trust. So the land trust buys land and we build affordable housing so that working class people can buy homes. Because Columbia, as you know, the cost of living keeps going up because we keep getting people that making that paper. So it just makes everything more expensive. So the things I needed to build affordable housing we didn't have. But we made those recommendations years before, and then the process worked out where it turned into policy. So it went from a thought to a policy to law. And so the laws that I helped create 10, 20 years ago are reality. So now I can build what I was dreaming I could build back then. So now I got the laws in place that allow me to build on Lynn Street. I got houses on 8th Street getting built. I got houses on 3rd Street that I built. You see what I'm saying? So those laws allow those things to happen.
Trying to put the affordable housing back into our community.
So it's like, I know what, you guys know who E40 is?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So E40 said, I play chess, I don't play checkers. You know what I'm saying? And that's definitely what life's about. It's about playing chess, not checkers. It's not the immediate move that matters. It's the steps that you think ahead to get to the win. You know what I'm saying? And to go back to your question about success, you gotta put them pieces, you gotta be thinking 4 or 5 moves ahead, and then putting your pieces in position to make that move. You see what I'm saying? And even when you have that planned out, it might not work that way because the other side gotta make moves too. But you gotta start with a plan, and you gotta think ahead so you can think your moves ahead. So the things I'm doing now, I was planting the seeds when I was younger. And now that I'm older, Now I can use those tools that I helped build back then to do what I want to do. So,
So speaking of you impacting and decisions made, what do you think the best decision you made so far in your career?
teaching people like you how to be self-sufficient and to learn to work this system. I used to be a teacher at Job Point. I helped start the heavy highway program at Job Point. So I took knuckleheads like y'all. These guys usually had criminal records or something like that, right?
Yes, sir.
I took them from no job, no education to upper middle class jobs. And a lot of the students that I helped train ended up working with me back in the private sector. So when I taught Job Point, when I left Job Point, I went and worked at APAC and I built bridges. Big paper place. So some of the students that I helped teach ended up working at the same company with me. So I ended up working side by side with some of the people. I knew what they knew because I taught them. You see what I'm saying? And we all getting paper. So now I got a lot of students that work for the city. I got a lot of students that work, in the private sector out here, got own businesses. But now, people that basically society was getting ready to write off or send them back to jail, these men and women got families, they buying houses, they making babies, they're building a career, they're building retirements, they're building long-term wealth, they're getting their chess game up. So that's the best decision, is not being greedy and sharing and building other people because they help build me later.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
So if you had to go back from day one, would you change anything?
I want to say yeah, but not really. Because if I did, I wouldn't have met the people that I met. I wouldn't have did the thing, and I probably wouldn't be here with you guys. When I was, you guys like 21-ish?
Yeah.
So I was in college, right? So I was in a frat. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going into all that, but I was doing the college frat boy thing. And I was successful. I was a good student, doing my thing. I was political on campus. My organization was powerful. We ran the campus. We ran the step shows. We were champions across the board. We ran the NAACP, LBC, Pan Athletic Council, MBS, all NBA, all that stuff on campus. We was running everything. It was top of the world. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Before then, I wanted to go into the military. Before I discovered engineering and science, all I wanted to do was be a special operator. All I wanted to be is special ops. I wanted to be an airborne ranger. I wanted to snipe people. That's all I wanted to do my whole life. I was in Boy Scouts. I used to go camping every month. I used to go live out in the woods for a week with just, like a day's worth of food. Me and my boys, we just be out there, like straight up, like surviving for real, like making traps, eating bugs, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I used to do all that. But then when I discovered science and technology, it kind of caught my eye, and it changed the trajectory of my decisions. You know what I'm saying? Then I got into sciences, I got into engineering, and then I always wanted to build airports and all that kind of stuff. So I got into civil. Now, Black millionaire, not like on no paper, no TV or nothing. Like sitting here talking to this cat. You know what I'm saying? It got game from a straight up real millionaire. You know what I'm saying? So those decisions, and I lived in a FEMA trailer and it was flooded and it was rough in New Orleans after the hurricane. But had I not done that, I wouldn't have met that guy. I wouldn't have got inspired. I wouldn't have made new friends in New Orleans. I wouldn't have learned about different business practices. So no, I can't say I can just pick a point and say, I wish I had done that over. I don't know. So I like the way it happened. I mean, I could have more paper. I mean, I can always do that, but
How was your support system? What?
it was mixed, man. I had really, really tight, good friends, and then I had a lot of haters. You know what I'm saying? My support system was really good, and it sustained me. And I have really bad haters. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that try to get me and, rob for me and steal contracts and stuff like that. So, you know, I can't complain, man, because really, your best support system is you and your confidence in yourself, being able to survive whatever. And if you got the mentality that I can survive whatever, you know, it works out.
I see you got the gear on, man.
Dude, man, I got the bag chasers only polo joint, the black and white. You know what I'm saying? With the gray and the brown shoe demo. This is the corporate thug style. So
Hey, show them shoes,
yeah,
AD.
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, show them shoes,
Bam.
AD.
That's how they
Stacey Adams.
That's how you come out.
These are Clarks from England.
You already know. So fresh and so clean.
Clarks from England. You know what I'm saying?
So fresh and so clean.
So, yeah, so, and, you know, I wouldn't change nothing. Just let it roll, make decisions, take that next right step. That's all.
We're gonna wrap things up here. You got any questions for us?
When is y'all's next clothing line coming out? When is y'all's next pop-up? When are y'all gonna be in the stores?
So we planning on dropping the Urban Culture March. Hopefully, looking for a building right now. Closing, we searching. So we gotta stay tuned. Check out Facebook page.
We're also looking for artists of any kind. If you make, you know what I'm saying, clothes or anything, you have a passion, you know, own a business. If you want to be in that urban culture store, hit us up, give us your information, and we'll get right back to you. We're looking for people.
Oh man, I meant to say, I seen y'all in Inside Columbia.
Yes, sir.
Good looking out. Congratulations, y'all in Inside
appreciate it.
Columbia.
Appreciate it.
That's what money makers read that. So y'all in the right place.
We
the
trying
right
to do it. We
time.
trying to
Man,
do
trying
it.
to do it. Yes, sir. I appreciate you.
Congratulations.
Trying to
Great
promote for the
job.
community.
Great
But
job.
thanks for watching On the Spot with Bad Chasers On.
Throw my little frat.
It's me, Stanton.